Hello, Monster Jam fans, and welcome out to San Diego, California, as we are here in Petco Park for the third and final commentary of this weekend, the first three-day weekend here on the channel. We are out here in Petco Park with an amazing show ahead of us. We've got a lot of action that is ready to take place here in the beautiful San Diego, California. Coming on the track first, this is Scott Buto and El Toro Loco Ice. This is Camden Murphy and the Bakugan Dragonoid. This is Rosalie Raymer in Wildflower. Last but not least, this is the Professor Tom Mentz in Max D. San Diego, this is Monster Jam, and this race saves lives as we are out here in Petco Park getting ready for an amazing show. Let's meet the drivers in today's action. We have Ryan Disharoon in Saigon Shaker, John Gordon in Bad Company, Brandon Mahan in Whiplash, Brian Mace in Fast Metal, Tom Mentz in Max D Fire, Charlie Pauken in Gravedigger, Kelvin Raymer in Time Flies, Cody Saucier in Monster Energy, Eric Swanson in Obsessed, Stephen Thompson in Earthshaker, and Richie Yatsko in Zombie. This is a stacked lineup here today as we get ready for an awesome battle of Monster Jam. The first stop, Stadium Tour Yellow. We will have three amazing competitions today, and starting us off, we'll be racing. In the far lane, we have Ryan Disharoon and Saigon Shaker taking on Zombies Richie Yatsko. These drivers will start in the middle of the track and then make their way to the outside for a Chicago-style track, and Richie Yatsko, real big issues, and that is going to be the end of his night for sure. He's going to be chasing Ryan Disharoon's tail as he's already way behind. Disharoon will cross the line first as he will win the race here in round number one. We continue with round one action here as Earthshaker and Stephen Thompson will take on Rosalie Raymer in Wildflower. Two independent drivers getting ready to go toe-to-toe here on this tour. This is an interesting track. I think this is the first time we've ever had Chicago-style racing in San Diego. Might even be the first time we've had Chicago-style in a baseball stadium. They're going to be close coming to the line. But your winner, Rosalie Raymer in Wildflower, not normally known for her racing, but a round one win there. That's a pretty big one. And Stephen Thompson, after the race, ends up on his lid. A pretty crazy crash at the end of that race. Taking a replay at that after I guess he decided to go over the other jump for some reason, and I don't know why he did that. Didn't need to do that, so that's the end of his night. Well, the end of his night in racing. Next up here in round number one, we have Kelvin Raymer and Time Flies taking on Brandon Mahan in Whiplash. Close race right now. Brandon Mahan with a slight edge. This is a pretty good angle of the finish line. Close race, but to the line, Brandon Mahan in Whiplash will take this one home. The next race here in round number one is between Charlie Pauken and Gravedigger and Cody Saucier in Monster Energy. Good to see Cody Saucier back on a stadium tour this year. He will cross the finish line first going into the final turn. They replace Cody in arenas with Justin Sipes. But Cody is going to fly to the victory here in round number one, moving in to the second round. Now we have a battle of the Team Bad Company trucks in the far lane. That is Brian Mace making his Monster Jam debut in Fast Metal, taking on Bad Company John Gordon. And Fast Metal having some rear steer problems as John Gordon will take a big lead going into the final turn. And John Gordon in Bad Company will finish first in this race, as Brian Mace's first race in Monster Jam is not a great one. Now the last race of round number one is between Eric Swanson in Obsessed, got a new Obsessed body, and Camden Murphy in the Bakugan Dragonoid. Camden Murphy with a lead now going into the final turn. And Eric Swanson with a mistake will cost him the race, and Camden Murphy in the Bakugan Dragonoid heads into round number two, which is where we find ourselves now, as Scott Buto got an automatic buy into this round, will take on Ryan Disharoon and Saigon Shaker. El Toro Loco Ice, its first appearance of 2020, the captain of Team Ice from the 2019 All-Star Challenge. Scott Buto with the lead right now. Disharoon won the first racing competition of the year last year, and he's on the sidewalls with a problem. And Ryan Disharoon, after starting the year of 2019 undefeated, is now already defeated in his second race. Now we are here in round two action in the battle of the females, as Brandon Mahan and Whiplash will take on Rosalie Raymer in Wildflower. Interesting start off to the race. They both were pretty slow off of the line. Brandon Mahan and Rosalie, neither of them known for their racing. Brianna with a slight lead right now, but they're fairly even. This final turn will determine the race. over the final jump, and oh my goodness, Rosalie Raymer and Wildflowers moving on to the semifinals. Now this race, a battle between two incredible Chicago-style racers, Cody Saucier in Monster Energy and Tom Mentz in Max D Fire. But Cody Saucier has a lead right now going into the final turn, and Tom Mentz spins out, and Cody Saucier in Monster Energy is moving into the semifinals. Cody is proud of that win, taking down Tom Mentz. Now here in round two, we have John Gordon and Bad Company and Camden Murphy and the Bakugan Dragonoid. John Gordon had a disappointing round one race, hoping he can bounce back from that. Camden Murphy is steaming ahead going into the final turn. He is pretty good at the Chicago-style track. He's already won this track twice, and he's soaring into the semifinals. A great race. And now we are here in the semifinals. Scott Buteau and El Toro Loco Ice will take on Rosalie Raymer in Wildflower. Scott Buteau has to restage. Again, two drivers not necessarily known for their racing. The winner of this race will go to the final round. And Rosalie Raymer with a lead right now. Where is this coming from? And Rosalie Raymer dominating. Oh my, she is on the sidewalls and is on her lid. Hopefully she can make it back for the final round. That's not a good sign for her. Hopefully she can get that truck fixed. Hopefully not too much damage. Now the winner of this race will face Rosalie Raymer in the final round. It is going to be Cody Saucier in Monster Energy and Camden Murphy in the Bakugan Dragonoid. And Cody is on the side of bicycle. Camden has a huge lead right now going to the final turn, but he goes really, really wide. Oh my, very close to the finish, but Camden Murphy wins the race, but he's tumbling over in a somersault. And that is how you win a race. However, he broke the truck. Hopefully he can make it back for the final round. He really hurt that truck big time. So Cody Saucier couldn't quite get the win there, but Camden Murphy with a great race does break the truck. The question is, will he be able to make it back? He's got a bent 4-link bar. A lot of broken parts. $14 trucks, but only 2 remain. We had 14 Monster Jam drivers in this racing bracket at the beginning of the day, and only 2 of them made their way to the final round of racing. So, let's find out who's competing for the trophy here in racing today. In the far lane, he was able to come back thanks to Camden Murphy braking in the last round. He's really, really good at the Chicago-style racing. It is Cody Saucier in Monster Energy. And in the near lane, she is the young child phenom. She is not known for her racing, but has been very fast tonight. And if she could take down Cody Saucier, it would be the upset of a lifetime. Rosalie Raymer in Wildflower. This is going to be a really good race. Both of them have been strong tonight, but Rosalie honestly has been more consistent. Over the first jump, Cody Saucier with a huge lead, but he's bicycling again, losing ground. to the final jump. Your winner is Cody Saucier in Monster Energy as he barely holds on for that racing win today. The first racing winner of Stadium Tour Yellow is Cody Saucier. He's going to do some celebratory donuts as he should. A really awesome racing night. The first Chicago-style racing competition of the year ends with Monster Energy on top. The next competition in the Monster Jam show today is the Skills Challenge, in which drivers will either get to do 2 hits on 2 wheels or 1 donut. Starting us off will be Richie Yatsko in Zombie. He's opting to do a donut. First skills hit of Stadium Tour Yellow is a donut, and a good one for Richie Yatsko. Next up, teammate to Richie Yatsko, this is Steven Thompson in Earthshaker. He's on the step up, going for a popper, and he's on the front 2 wheels and a stoppie. And he's walking it, a really awesome move. Look at Steven Thompson, an amazing first hit for Earthshaker. He's got 1 hit left here. He's lining up for a bicycle. Can't quite get the bicycle, but that's still your best run of the night. Next up, the second yellow truck on Stadium Tour Yellow. This is Kelvin Raymer and Time Flies going for the jammer and walking a slap wheelie. The king of the slap wheelie with a good first hit. Time Flies sadly couldn't continue after that first hit, which will lead us into Charlie Pauken in Gravedigger. He's on the front 2 wheels in a stoppie, walking the stoppie, dancing around. And he'll set it down. Great first hit. Now he will line up for a popper on the backside of the racing lane. Gets it down, and he's on the front 2 wheels, and he's moonwalking it now. Now he's on the front 2 wheels. Stoppie going fast, but he'll end on his lid. A tough break, but still, that is your new best run of the night. Next up, this is Brian Mace in Fast Metal. This beautiful new truck going for a sky wheelie. Now going for 1 final hit here. He's going for another sky wheelie. And that's the end of the run for Fast Metal. Next out, rocking this beautiful new body, it is Eric Swanson in Obsessed. On the backside of the racing lane, going for a popper. He's on the front 2 wheels. And he's on the front, just sitting it there, and he'll set it down. Now the third driver on top of that step up here today. Let's see what he's got. He got a better look at that Obsessed body, and another stoppie here. And he's walking it in a moonwalk back. Walking it up and down. He'll walk it back up. Solid run for Obsessed, but Gravedigger still your best run. Proceeding along with the Skills Challenge, we have Saigon Shaker. This is Ryan Disharoon going for a slap wheelie. Now he's over here near the backflip ramp. He's going to go for a bicycle off the backflip, and that's the end of the run for Saigon Shaker. This is Brandon Mahan in Whiplash now, going for a sky wheelie. Nice air on it too. A good sky wheelie for Whiplash. Lining up for the jammer here. She goes for hit number 2. Going for a slap wheelie, and she will walk it out. A good move there for Brandon Mahan in Whiplash. Continuing along with this Skills Challenge, Tom Mensis in Max D is next, going for his classical maximum moonwalk here. He's stuck on the backflip ramp. And he will get it down. That is hit number 1 for Max D. Now the fourth driver going for that step-up hit. And, oh man, a solid stoppie there for Max D. That's the end of the run. Still got to say, though, Digger is your best run. This next guy out is John Gordon in Bad Company, going for a sky wheelie like his teammate Brian Mace. And that's hit number 1. John Gordon going for hit number 2. This Bad Company truck going for a bicycle on the sidewalls. And a crazy sidewall save. A really great move there, but Gravedigger's still your best run. Coming out next, this is El Toro Loco Ice. Scott Buto getting some nice air there, walking a little wheelie here in the Skills Challenge. Yet another driver on top of the step up, going for the stoppie off of here. And he pops it down. Scott Buto can't quite get the gas in time. He ends up on his lid, turtled. Good run for El Toro Loco Ice. Now coming out, this is Rosalie Raymer and Wildflower going for a donut here. Changing things up a little bit. Really long donut for Rosalie. She's going for it. And a good donut for Rosalie Raymer in Wildflower. Last out in this skills challenge, this is Cody Saucier. Monster Energy going for a bicycle. Not a great first hit there for Cody going for the bicycle. Now Cody lining up for the jammer here. Your racing winner trying to double down. He gets a slap wheelie. And he walks it all the way down. And he's going to go give a love tap to Gravedigger. But your skills winner got to be Gravedigger. Charlie Pauken, much better run. Best run of the night has got to go to Charlie Pauken and Gravedigger. But let's take a look at the video board. So good run for Cody, but I don't think that's going to be good enough for him to take the lead. Crazy slap wheelie though, one of the best slap wheelies you'll see. So let's see what the fans gave the scores.
I think that company had a better one. Let's see who wins.
Your best run has to be Gravedigger. I really would be surprised if anyone else takes the lead or took the lead. Your score, wait a minute, your score to beat's Obsessed with an 8.054. Wait, what? What happened to Gravedigger?
What?
Cody Saucier gets an 8.083. And your winner of the skills challenge is Monster Energy. What? Okay, that's one of the weirdest skills challenge I've ever seen. Well, that's interesting. So Cody Saucier doubles down in the weirdest fashion ever. And that'll lead us into freestyle with Richie Otsko coming out first in Zombie. Did the fans not watch Gravedigger's run? I mean, that was obviously better than anyone else, and it was Gravedigger. So what? I don't know, man. Sometimes the fans bother me. Glendale had the best fan judging I've ever seen. And then we have this. It's okay. Things happen. So Richie Otsko will start off his 2 minutes. This is his third show of 2020. He was in an arena, and then he hopped into a stadium in Exterminator, and now out here he is on Zombie. This is his second tour that he's actually driven on this year. He's the only driver to drive on 2 tours, which is also really, really cool. Richie Otsko last year burst onto the scene driving the Storm Damage truck in second quarter shows or second half of the year shows. Now he's getting the chance to drive full-time first quarter in Monster Jam in Zombie. He's the only Stadium Tour Zombie driver as well, so that's a pretty big weight on his shoulders. It's always a big weight on your shoulders when you drive a major truck and you're the only driver of it on a Stadium Tour. And oh my gosh, Richie Otsko launching that puppy. Huge air. That came out of nowhere. Richie Otsko is sending it right now, having a great run. Look at him go. He's not playing around right now. He might have broken something, though, after that leap next to the backflip ramp because he's been shut off. But nonetheless, really great run and a great start off to the competition if that is the end of the run. He's got 38 seconds left on the clock.
Hey, he's doing pretty good for after everything that's happened tonight.
So Richie Otsko, they're going to try and refire him. That's not going to be it. That is the end of the Run Tough break for Zombie. Now Eric Swanson in Obsessed will come out. He almost won the skills challenge, which I did not see coming. Eric Swanson in Obsessed has been in San Diego before. He's had some pretty good moments here too. He's had some serious air back in 2018. That was one of his best freestyles ever right here in San Diego. Predominantly a West Coast driver, but he will be completely on this yellow tour all season long, which will be pretty cool to see. This is the first time Eric Swanson's ever been on a tour and will be driving at every show unless something happens, but he's getting some pretty good air. Richie Otsko started this competition off pretty strong, had a nice run in that zombie truck. Didn't fill the clock, he left 38 seconds on the clock, so that'll hurt his scores, but still, that is your best run of the night so far. Eric Swanson, he's really a veteran in the sport now. He's been driving for a long time. A lot of independence on this tour, too. Going for the impromptu step up over there. San Diego always gets some really great shows, but here it is today. Always finding itself in a special moment, being the Kickstarter to the Yellow Tour season. Going for the step up, getting some nice air. Hasn't matched that Richie Otsko air, though. That's going to be your setter for the night. Eric Swanson could also be a candidate for the first backflip of the night. I think he's trying to do a donut. Yes, he is obsessed spinning into a donut. You can see this new body pretty well now, showing it off by spinning it around, saying, hey, take a look at me. I think he's having truck problems. He might not have rear steer working fully because that truck's just not cooperating with him. He doesn't have much time left. Yeah, that's the end of the run. So Eric Swanson's freestyle is done. That's your new best run of the night because he was able to fill the clock. Coming out next with basically a shell of a body after turtling in the skills challenge. This is Scott Buteau in El Toro Loco Ice. Definitely a candidate for your first backflip of the night. Scott Buteau also a potential tour champion if he can be consistent this year. Really big air Buteau. Already you could see a difference between Scott Buteau's freestyle and the first two drivers out. Good to see Scott back out here freestyling in this El Toro Loco ice truck. He really fits well into this truck. I thought he fit well in the Hot Wheels, but I think he honestly fits just as well in this El Toro Loco ice machine. Huge air as he sends it off of the rear end of that step up. There's a lot of tarp in this stadium. I could not imagine putting all the tarp down. But it doesn't go all the way around, so, I mean, you are missing a good 10, 15, 20 sections right there in center field, but still, there's a lot of tarp. It makes up for it. Gosh, I feel bad for track crew at this show. I mean, oh my gosh, amazing air! Scott Buteau is sending it right now. He is flying high. Huge air again. As he nosedives in. I am very impressed. Lining up for the backflip ramp here. Scott Buteau in El Toro Loco Ice. Picture perfect landing. He broke something on the backside of the truck, so that'll be the end of the run. But that is your new best run of the night. A really great run out of Scott Buteau. First backflip as well. Coming out next, this is Brian Mace in Fast Metal. Sometimes it's tough to tell whether it's Fast Metal or Bad Company, but Bad Company is a bit darker on the front. That's how you can tell. I believe, I'm completely speculating here, but based on what it was looking like was going to be happening, I believe this was supposed to be Buddy Tompkins' truck until Buddy broke his back. So then they made a last-minute call to get Brian Mace out here to drive this truck. Because Buddy Tompkins was supposed to be driving a Bad Company truck. Nice air there. He was supposed to be driving a Bad Company affiliated truck, but then he broke his back. But they still had that truck, so I don't know. I think, oh my gosh! He just crumbled the truck under himself. And that's the end of the run for Fast Metal. Ryan Dishron and Saigon Shaker coming right out of the chute, going for his first hit of his run. Ryan Dishron, another guy who could possibly go for the backflip ramp. Buteau had a good run, but not the best run you'll ever see. We probably will see that taken over at some point tonight. And nice air. Oh man, he's on the side, almost lost it. So Saigon Shaker is Trying to throw down a good first show of the year. You may remember last year in Tampa, Ryan Dishron won the first racing competition of 2019. I believe he beat out Neil Elliott in that show, which is really, really awesome. It's either Neil Elliott or Adam Anderson. He might have beaten both in the course of the show. I just remember that he won in the end. So far, nobody's gotten the height on that jump that Richie Yatsko got. Scott Buteau, though, does have the best air combined in the night. But Dishron's got a good pace going right now. If Ryan can get himself a good run, he should be able to get himself in the hot seat. Nice hit there. He throws the truck on its side, saves it, but the truck is destroyed. That'll be the end of the run, but a crazy save. Ryan Dishron and Saigon Shaker going out there showing that he can do it, but that will be the end of the run for the Saigon Shaker. Next in this freestyle competition will be Rosalie Raymer and Wildflower going for the jammer to start off her run, trying to get a slap wheelie out of it. Rosalie Raymer has really some of the best potential out of any driver out here to win freestyle. She's had her fair share of spectacular freestyles in her career, but last year was definitely a down year for her. A lot of truck issues really held her back last year, and she put herself in a spot. I think she just broke. Yeah, she completely destroyed a 4-link bar there. That's the end of the run. And again, truck problems causing the demise of Wildflower. John Gordon and Bad Company will be the next driver out in freestyle. A lot of truck breakage early on today, and huge air launching and announcing his presence in front of these San Diego fans. This Bad Company truck has had itself quite the fair share of interesting moments. The first ever Monster Jam show for Bad Company was Syracuse in 2018. I was at that show. That was pretty cool. Had a really great show there. Almost won freestyle. Getting some nice air over that racing lane. But John Gordon last year, his first full year driving this truck, he had an interesting year. Getting more huge air. He didn't really do too well in the first quarter, but after that he started picking it up a little bit. And more big air. Had a really good freestyle in the All-Star Challenge. I don't think he has, doesn't have rear power, doesn't have back left power. I think he's done. Yeah, he's pulling off. Tough break for Bad Company. That's the end of the run. So Stephen Thompson and Earthshaker will be next. He had himself a really solid skills run. He honestly could have come on the top. I'm really surprised at the fact that it wasn't either Earthshaker or Gravedigger in the hot seat for skills at the end of the night, because they both had really solid runs. So Stephen Thompson hoping to continue his good night today with a good freestyle. But so far, Scott Buteau has your best run of the night. We're winding down this freestyle competition today. Not too many trucks left. We still have Time Flies, Monster Energy, and Max D, just to name 3. If Bakugan Dragonoid could come out, that would be pretty awesome too, but we don't know about that. And Whiplash still has to come as well, and so does, I believe I said Gravedigger. We got Gravedigger, Monster Energy, Max D Fire, and Whiplash, and Time Flies. So still a decent chunk of trucks left, but Stephen Thompson's hoping to put this away and take it for himself. Sometimes, oh my, a hard landing on that hit, and he will lose a wheel and will end on his side. Another truck breakage. Now Brianna Mahan and Whiplash will be next out to freestyle. If you want to see more Stadium Tour Yellow action, make sure to tune in every Sunday night at this time, and you'll be able to see that take place. Stadium Tour Red shows air on Friday on my channel. Stadium Tour Green is Saturday, and Stadium Tour Yellow gets that Sunday slot. So Stadium Tour Green gets that Saturday primetime show. And honestly, Stadium Tour Green's lived up to that primetime show. They've been the best tour so far, which no one really expected. A lot of people thought that Stadium Tour Red would be, but Stadium Tour Green's really been a lot better because of the few drivers that have just stood out. Brianna Mahan and Whiplash out here in San Diego has had some good and bad luck here. She got injured back in 2018 here, but also had a good run here. So she's hoping that she can bounce back. Maybe she'll even get some redemption on that backflip and land it here. It was because of that run in San Diego in 2018 that Cynthia Gauthier got to burst onto the scene in the fill-in for Brianna. Drove Whiplash for the rest of, for a few shows in that first quarter. But Brianna back, thankfully, is healthy and ready to keep going. Back in the stomping grounds where she initially got hurt. Hopefully she can put together a good run. If someone hits the backside of that jammer, if they do, I don't think anyone will, but if they do, they're going to go either straight up in the air, get a nice hit, or they're going to just completely turtle. So Brianna throwing out a good run, but at this point you really need a backflip unless you just get Adam Anderson air. This isn't a typical Adam Anderson Anaheim freestyle though. It's just a good run. So that's the end of the run. San Diego fans, get your hands together for Brianna Mahan and Whiplash. Coming out next, he's made it back after getting knocked down before the before the racing final. It is Camden Murphy, the Bakugan Dragonoid. They got this truck fixed. He's got one of the best crew chiefs in the entire sport, John Fitchett, by far one of the best crew chiefs in the entire sport, and he really needs to be, as Camden puts a beating on this truck every single weekend. He has completely torn his truck in half twice. So, and I mean, the most memorable being the World Finals last year where he just demolished the truck. So he needs to have a good crew chief, and thankfully Mr. Fitchett lives up to that hype. It's the perfect crew chief for Camden Murphy, a guy who first on the scene last year in the Stadium Tour, won his first ever competition in a Stadium Tour by winning racing in Anaheim, beating out Morgan Kane and Gravedigger. Little slap wheelie, going to combo that up into the step up. Camden drove in arenas, I believe, from 2017 and 18 on. Oh, he's having transmission issues. That could spell the end of the run for Bakugan Dragonoid, and yes, it will. Tough break as the Dragonoid. Camden has not had a really great run since the first quarter of 2019. Hopefully he can get himself back on track next weekend. Cody Saucier, Monster Energy, was doubled down tonight, is now freestyling, going for the same move that won him the Skills Challenge. Unless the fans like the bicycle better, but I'd be surprised. Actually, I wouldn't at this point. Going over that racing lane. Cody could be the first driver to triple down this year. That would already be a huge feat. We saw Ryan Anderson last night come 1 point away from getting a perfect show. He came in second in skills, but won racing and freestyle. So Cody on the same weekend could possibly be the first driver to triple down. The opportunity is very much so there. We've only seen one backflip tonight that came out of Scott Buteau, and he had a pretty good run, but he definitely left time on the clock. So if Cody can get a consistent run, get a backflip, and fill the clock, I think we will have a potential triple down here today with a lot of truck breakages. We still have Time Flies, Max D, and Gravedigger to come. Good to see Tom Mentz finally driving as well. Cody Saucier launching it over the step up, the biggest air off of that move of the night, and the biggest air of the night in general. Sure, he felt the butterflies on that hit. Getting some nice air. Cody is no stranger to Monster Jam. He's been around the sport for such a long time, a one-time Young Gun shootout champion, but he's not known for his freestyles. He is known for his racing. He's on the front two wheels. Oh my! Crashes into the dumpsters and lands it on the side barrier there. Hopefully he is okay, but thankfully he will be all right after that. But that is not your new best run of the night. I still got to say, Buteau's your best run. They leave Monster Energy there. Cody did make it out okay. Charlie Balkin in Gravedigger is up next. And he's going to start off with a good hit. Charlie Balkin, you can throw him back to 2018's World Finals. He is a driver who knows how to throw down a really impressive run for the fans after a disappointing freestyle. Mr. Pauken came out in that World Finals after one of the most disappointing freestyles we had ever seen. Came out and threw down an amazing freestyle. He was inches away from winning the freestyle championship that year. Had a great run, big save, and even did the crab walk bicycle almost. He skateboarded along half of the end of the track. Did not get to win that freestyle competition, though, thanks to Ryan Anderson, who threw down an amazing run. But Pauken out here hoping to do the same thing he did then and save these fans with a phenomenal freestyle. And he's walking a slap wheelie, his classical move, where he combos it into another hit, but he ends on his lid. Can't quite get that typical Charlie Pauken move to work out there. And there's the Chucky dance. Good run for Pauken, but Toro Loco Ice is definitely your best run right now. I'm going to assume the Time Flies doesn't freestyle. Last but not least, this is Tom Mentz and Max D. They left Gravedigger on the floor. I'm getting some serious St. Louis 2007 flashbacks here. I just watched that show the other day, ironically enough. So Tom Mentz, the door's wide open for him to win freestyle. Opportunity is always there for Tom Mentz when he is on the track. But right now, Mr. Mentz, the professor of Monster Jam, can walk away a freestyle winner today as he jumps over the racing lane with some big air. Tom Mentz was the captain of Team Fire at the All-Star Challenge back in 2019 in Las Vegas. The 12-time World Finals champion is sending it. Getting these fans on their feet. Like I said, the door is wide open for Mentz to take this freestyle win today. And if he does so, it'll be a serious, amazing move. He's on the side, flipping over. Can he get a classical Mentz save? Oh my goodness, he's still going. And he can't quite get it. That is the end of the run for Tom Mentz and Max D.
Wow.
Still an amazing run. Just can't quite connect with the perfect run right there. So, the only person who did a backflip today was Scott Buto, and honestly, he had the best run of the night. So, I'm going to stick with it. Your best run of the night, and should be your freestyle winner, Scott Buto in El Toro Loco Ice. But we saw some interesting things happen in the skills challenge judging-wise, so you never know. Tom Mentz had a good run. I say he should come in second or third. Just with the freestyle we saw today, it was all around a very confusing day here in San Diego. He's out of the truck, my friends, and he is happy and safe. Good thing he is able to be safe after that. A crazy crash, almost pulled out a typical Mentz save, but could not quite get it. Taking a look at the video board, your score to beat is a 9.534, as it should be, from Scott Buto. Monster Energy could not get the triple down today. Max D Fire with a 9.043. That'll put him in second place, which means that your freestyle winner in San Diego is Scott Buto and El Toro Loco Ice, your first freestyle winner of the year on Stadium Tour Yellow. Tom Mentz giving a wave to the fans after a good show out here in San Diego.
Congratulations to Scott Buto, El Toro Loco Ice, your freestyle winner tonight.
I think Tom's about that too. No, he still got it.
I mean, he still has it, but I think he's coming up on it.
Let's hear it one more time for your freestyle winner, Scott Buto, El Toro Loco Ice.
Actually, he might take the overall. Actually, no, he can't.
First freestyle win of 2020.
Yeah, I know who won. Monster Energy. Monster Energy. He won 2 things.
Got at least what?
8? No, because he got...
So another amazing weekend of Monster Jam of 2020 has come and gone. It's been another great time out here on Friday and Saturday and Sunday. For the first time this year, we got a 3-day weekend of commentaries. An amazing time out here. I had a lot of fun. Hope you guys did too. We'll see you guys next weekend. We've got Indianapolis, Anaheim again, and Houston. We've got a great slate of shows coming up. I hope you guys have a safe and happy week, and I'll see you guys all next time.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.